Jive Archive coming at you once again like Finnegan. I hope y'all good looking, sexy people are doing well out there in Happy Land tonight. For some reason, my camera's not on. Haha, I think old YouTube is playing games with me. They did this last time as well. It's funny too because the camera will work for the shorts, and then recently they've disabled my camera here on the telephone live. So I find that a little bit disconcerting. But what you gonna do? Just roll with the punches? They don't want y'all good looking sexy people looking at old Frank Monday's sexy self. And so yeah, hey, Hugo's out there in Happy Land. Good to see you, amigo. I hope you are doing well. Greetings and salutations. What's happening out in your part of the world today? Can you hear me all right? Is the sound coming through? Am I registering loud and clear to all you good looking, sexy people out there in Happy Land? Hello, hello. Yeah, man, I'm driving. Fucking getting my drive on, baby. I just dropped my kids off at school and now I'm headed to work. Doing great, good. I'm glad to hear it, man. Um, where in the world is Hugo? Where in the world is Hugo Aldes? Mr. Hugo, I feel compelled to learn more about you because you have made some big donations to the channel, man. You've been fucking working your good magic, putting a little something something in the tip jar, putting the jelly in my donut, the lead in my step, the lead in my pencil, the pep in my step. You're in. Does that say Paris, man? I can't even read that. I need my reading glasses. That's too small for me. Um, that's good magic, man. I've never been to Paris. Are you Parisian then? Are you a Franco? Are you a French? A French gentleman. My French is really bad, man. So I can't speak much French to you. I'm coming up on a red light, so I'll look down and see if I read that correctly. In Paris. Wow, Paris, man, that's a big deal. You're in the Parisian Empire, huh? Great influence on my life. Thanks so much. Man, thank you for that. I fucking appreciate that. Why don't you join me for a moment of prayer? Holy art thou, Lord of the universe, the vast and the mighty one, creator of heaven and earth, maker of all things visible and invisible. Master of both the light and the darkness, he who was, is, and always shall be. We adore thee and we invoke thee. Send us one of your divine spiritual agents, our holy guardian angel, standing above us with beatific red gold wings vibrating at a high frequency. Deep breath in. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale and relax. Imagine Inhale and imagine your angel standing above you. Exhale, you and your angel are one. Aspire for that, man. You've got a holy guardian angel. Teach us those secret things which we must know, Lord, for the completion of the great work and the glory of thine ineffable name, Adonai. So it is commanded and confirmed, so mote it be. Yes, I'm 100% French, born and raised as a Parisian gentleman. Wow, that's big magic, man. So my French is really bad, but I can say bonjour, monsieur, right? Good day, sir. And I can say good evening, sir. Bonsoir, monsieur, monsieur, right? Monsieur. I can ask you how you are in French, right? Comment allez-vous? Et toi bien? No, no. Merci bien. No, now I'm fucking it up. I know. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir. Right? I know a few French words. Pièce de résistance. Um, yeah, but I only get my French through Latin, really. I can count to three. Un, deux, trois. Right? Fuf. Nah, that's it. Just to three. I can only count to three, man. I need to bone up on my French a little bit. My French is really bad. Really, really, really bad. My German's okay. My German's serviceable. My Spanish is serviceable. My Chinese is really good, man. I can speak Chinese like there's no fucking tomorrow. right? Ni hao ma. Yeah, I can't even read that French, bro. Sorry about that. But I will try to learn some French so I could say a little something to you in French. Parlez français. All right, just a little bit. I don't even know how to say a little bit in French, man. In Spanish, it's un poquito, un poco, un. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I'll have to find some French speakers at my school. I got one French teacher at the academy. He's a Chinese guy, but he's spot on. He spent 4 years in Paris as well for his undergraduate, and I think he did 1 year of postgraduate over there as well. So yeah, he's a master of the French language, a maestro of the français. But not me, man. I just try to stick to English. Are you fluent in Chinese? Yes, I am. My Chinese is fairly fluent. I can read 90% of anything I encounter in academic books. I can read the newspaper. If you get into a specialized topic like medicine or law or business fields, I would have a lot more trouble. But for the day to day average Chinaman, my Chinese is up there. In fact, my Chinese is better than a lot of Chinese. So I speak with a clear northern capital accent. So I speak the standard dialect better than most of the regional people. And I can read and write better than most uneducated people. Yeah, so my Chinese is pretty good, man. I've been working on it for 30 years at least. And I did about 10 years of collegiate studies, like college level study at university. So yeah, I've done some hard work. But I noticed that my kids, like I have two children, they grew up here in China. My wife is Chinese, and they were able to learn like Chinese just by growing up through elementary school, primary school, middle school, and high school. They were able to get a far greater command of the language than me with all of my studies. So yeah, if you're non-native, you'll always be kind of non-native. You know what I mean? But it's a valuable endeavor, I think, to learn a foreign culture and a foreign language. Like, look at you, man. Look at you, big old badass. Fucking Hugo's the big old Parisian badass. You're sitting here and you're listening to an American that lives in China talk about spirituality. I mean, how crazy is that, right? That's some crazy shit right there. So you're an elevated academic, intelligent man as well, right? You're a solid member of the intelligentsia, in my mind, Hugo. And I'm glad you're here this morning. I just got a brief drive, man. I got to drive over the academy. It says on my clock here I will be there at 7:04, and it's 6:47 right now. So I got about 10 minutes with you, man. You got any special questions? Anything you want to tell me about yourself? Um, I'm imagining that you're probably close in age to old Frankie boy. And in fact, my name is actually Francis, so it is a French name, right? My last name is German. It is actually Monday, but it's in German. It's von Montags, right? Von Montags. So I'm a montage. Yeah, you said that, man. I appreciate that. You're fucking legend. You're a legend, baby. What you talking about? Look at you, big old badass. I love you, Hugo, man. I appreciate you dropping by my coffee page and doing that for me, man. That really puts the pep in my step. I'm telling you. That's big magic right there. There are very few people that would do that, that would fucking reach out and take the step. I sent you a video response to that. I don't know if you got it or not, but I tried to put a little something in there, a little bit of magic, and let you know that so that's what I wanted to say, man. If you've got a topic for a video that you would like me to cover, let me know, man, and I'll dig into it. I'll research it and I'll give you my fucking opinion, because I can pontificate and opine and run off at the mouth just as good as anybody else, I believe. Right? 29, man. You're a young man. You're a youngin. I'm 54 this year, man. I'm pushing the fucking daisies up over here, baby. 29, baby. That's golden right there. I loved my late 20s and all through the 30s and 40s. Heck, I'm even enjoying the 50s, man. What you talking about? Frank Monday's still young. I'm still running around swinging my thing like I'm a 30-year-old man, just like you, baby. That's good magic. I can appreciate that. I appreciate you tuning in at that young age too, man. I don't know if I'd have been. Yeah, I was listening to older wise guys when I was young too, man. I can appreciate wisdom. I don't know if you know Poke Runyon or not, but if you've never listened to Poke Runyon's Hermetic Hour, I would definitely recommend it to you, man. It's really good stuff. I don't even think I can interact with the chat box right now. Let me see. No, it doesn't allow me to type in the chat. I can pin a message and do different shit, but because I'm driving, I think YouTube has intentionally turned off my camera because I'm driving and they know I'm driving somehow and they don't want me to have my camera on while I'm driving. So I think that's weird. But I don't know. Maybe I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll have to reload the YouTube app because it was working. And then the last few times I tried it, they said, your ability to go live from your cell phone has been deactivated. YouTube is reviewing your account. And then after they reactivated it just reactivates without the camera. So they do funny stuff over there at YouTube. You know, they got their own mind about things. So yeah, let me reiterate that. If you've got a topic or a subject you'd like me to dig into, or you've got any questions you want to ask, man, I'm an open book, especially for people who are interested in the Hermetic teaching and esoteric Rosicrucianism and all forms of magical sciences, mind sciences for awakening the magic within. Wow, they got a big old box of something out here, man. Did I hit it? Yeah, I almost hit it. There was a big styrofoam box on the road, man. Looked like a box full of chicken breasts or something, like a food box. That was weird. Yeah, so if I had my camera on, I'd show you what I'm driving through right now. Morning traffic here in old Beijing. You know I'm in Beijing, China, right? Peking. They used to call it Peking because of the duck, right? People come over here and they be in the Chinese restaurant eating dinner and they see some duck looking at them and they're like, why is that duck staring at me? And I'm like, motherfuckers, that's a Peking duck. He peeking at you, right? You know about the old hole in the wall in France, right? There's a hole in the wall where what is it? There's a place in France where the naked people dance. There's a hole in the wall where you can see it all if you pay your fee. You can even go for free. You guys know that song about the hole in the wall in France? That's where that came from, man. I like that song a lot. That was one we'd sing when we were kids. That's how we learned about Parisian culture, right? We're like, there's a place in France where the naked people dance. There's a hole in the wall where you can see it all. If you go there soon, you might even get a room. I love Parisian culture, man. One of my favorite American forefathers is Benjamin Franklin, and he was a diplomat to France. And he spent years in France, maybe like a decade on and off, right? But he said he described Parisian culture during the end of the 18th century, and he said it was wonderful, man. He said Paris people know how to party. He's like, motherfucker, they know how to party in France, baby. He had the Junto called the Hellfire Club, and that was founded on the Parisian principles of the cafe, right? Like you hang out in the cafe and you drink coffee and you have philosophical conversations. And I think that's what it's all about, man. I think that's really good magic. 29, wise and beautiful. Yeah, you're good looking, beautiful, sexy man too. I can appreciate that, Hugo. I will 100% get you with questions. Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm looking good for 50. I appreciate that. Yeah, I ain't getting any younger. I need to check that out, brother. Yeah, do it, man. Do it. Look into it. Hey, Miss Mary Moon's here on Moon Rocks. Ah, the old speakeasy. Yeah, I like the speakeasies. Do you think demons and angels are actually playing for the same team? I feel like they are both gatekeeping higher levels of spirituality. Demons tempt you, and if you fail, they will keep you away. Yeah, I think there's some good magic in that, Hugo, and I think you're right. In fact, I always identified demons as being somewhat angelic, right? So I used the two words interchangeably, like in the Chinese Oriental sciences, right? So we have angelic demons or demons who aspire to be more angelic, and they may be, in fact, better aids to some people, right? And then we have some demonic angels and angels that behave in a very demonic way. And I think the idea of the fall, like the great fall of Lucifer from heaven, I don't think, because if we get too involved in like what's present, past, and future, then I think we create too much of a dichotomy. These ancient stories are occurring now as well. Like there are still angelic forces falling from heaven, and there are demonic ones that want to rise up and elevate themselves as well. And I think you're right. They're both higher level gatekeepers. And maybe the demons, they keep the lower gates. Alarm just rang. Is it already 7? No, it's 5 till, but good God. Oh, this guy just cut in front of me. You fucking asshole. How dare you? Some asshole just cut in front of me in traffic, man. That's okay. He took my lane, I took his lane. Motherfucking cut me off like that. All that horse shit. Yeah, so I think that there are the all different levels of spiritual entities, and we need to learn to distinguish, discern, and delineate among them. But yeah, there are definitely the loftier upper spheres of the celestial realms and the timeless homeland and the kingdom of heaven and so on. And then there are the lower, danker, more perverse realms. And if yeah, you're connected with me on Buy Me a Coffee now. So I'm going to release, based on the inspiration of you joining me over there, Hugo, I'm going to release some of my inner teaching diagrams that I've created and I've worked out through my own studies and researches. And I think they will open up something. I think they will touch on some light in you that you already know, man, because we're discovering these uh, Gnostic truths as they were, right? These Hermetic principles together. And I think through fellowshipping about them and reinforcing each other's understanding and then bringing forward our own revelations and revelations in these things, I think is what's super important this day and age, man. So that's good magic. I'm going to answer that question in more depth for you in an essay on Buy Me a Coffee. And now that we're connected on that, when I hit the email send, it'll send it out to like 18 different people who have subbed me on Buy Me a Coffee. So if you guys don't know, definitely get over there to buymeacoffee.com and be a supporter. I think a one-time supporter will have permanent access to the behind the scenes stuff over there. It's not behind paywalls really, but I think in order to be a subscriber at the Buy Me a Coffee, you have to just make a one-time donation, a one-time coffee purchase. I think it's like $5 or something. But I've already got a lot of material on there that's kind of behind the scenes. I got a lot of public material too, but I'm gonna put together a special offering just for you, Hugo. And I'm going to write some essays to support it because I think you're onto something right there, man. I think you're right. I think you're definitely right. Angelic demons and demonic angels, man. That's what it's all about. These forces are interacting, and I don't think they have to hate each other. We don't have to hate the people that are struggling in the sewer and in the mire and the muck and mire and the nastiness of life unless they become truly unrepentantly evil. You know what I mean? I think that everybody should be offered salvation as long as they're alive. I think there should be an opportunity for redemption. You're a demonic angel, Moon Rocks. Okay, I get that. I can jive with that. Yeah, no worries, man. I appreciate responding. I think that being on YouTube and without the feedback loop, right? Without people asking questions or interacting with the conversations, it's just like mental masturbation. I'm just jerking myself off. When I discovered the idea that we could have guests on the show and do panel chats and interact with other folks, I think that's what it's all about. That's why I came to YouTube. A lot of people are jaded and they feel bitter and they attack each other here on YouTube. And it really shocked me, like, because I was coming at it from an angle of like sincerity and genuineness. And I wanted to engage in research and learn what other people had to say. And the first panel verse chat that I was on was one on Team Evil, right? The guy calls his channel the Insanity Machine, right? And I guess he's like a drag queen or like a transvestite or something, which is fine and dandy. You know, you do you. I'm not gonna stop you from doing you. I don't come over to your place of work and knock the dicks out of your mouth. You know, when you're down on your hands and knees giving blowjobs. Not you, I mean, but him, Queen Stephen, Queen Stephanie. And so I don't expect him to come over here and shit on my thing either. You know. So, but I received so much bitterness and like wicked attacks from certain people on certain panels. And I thought, man, this isn't what it's all about. We're supposed to be here fellowshipping with each other and having fun. And it really just turned nasty. And so I've laid back a little bit and kind of backed off from it and watched his channel for a while. And I was like, man, this guy is a wicked, villainous individual and is not really promoting anything of lasting value. And then I found Jack Talcott, like, because he was bashing Jack Talcott constantly. And I thought maybe I should check out old Jack Talcott. And so I went out and checked him out, and he seemed a lot nicer, you know, a little easier to get along with. He's a religious dude, you know, he's like a Christian dude, but he's got a lot of other influences too, like spiritual influences. So he seemed a lot easier to jive with. You need a social media page so you can have so much to give to the community. Okay, man, I'll start one. You said that Instagram's a good way to do that, right? Is that what should I don't know. I get so confused. There's so many different things to do. You know, there's Instagram, there's Facebook, there's all these different things. And YouTube's pretty much the only one I've ever really used. Before this, I was using another one called Funny or Die, but Funny or Die kicked everyone out, so I stopped using it. But I think if you think it's worthwhile, man, and you think it's valuable, I'll put some energy into starting an Instagram for Frank Monday. I don't know the other ones really. Like, I don't have a lot of access to them because I've been living in China for so long. I've been living in China since 2001. So I've been over here for 24 years, man. And I do go home. So, and sometimes I spend extended amounts of time at home. But for the most part, I just live here. It's where I've made my career and my family. And I do like to go back to the US. I've only been to Europe a couple of times, but I really liked it, man. I went to London, I went to Dublin, I went to Frankfurt, and I haven't been to France yet, though, but it's definitely on my list, man. Paris is a future destination to be sure. Um, I've always appreciated a lot of different Parisians. Um, let's see, Voltaire, right? One of my favorites, absolutely. Saint Germain, another one of my favorites. That poet guy that it had a huge influence on Edgar Allan Poe, Baudelaire. Yeah, what a lovely fucking poet, man. Have you read some of the Parisian Prowler? He wrote a collection of poetry called the Parisian Prowler, where it's all translated into English, of course, but where he makes a lot of commentary on Parisian society at the time. Baudelaire is one of the greatest poets who ever lived, man. And it was just a couple hundred years ago, I think. He was like right around the time of Poe, and all those great. Er, that'd be early 19th century, right? Late 18th. Man, the 1800s, those guys were knocking it out of the park. The early Americans, the fucking and Paris is one of their the France, the Franco Empire, the Franks, right? I'm a Frank, true blooded Frank, right here, baby. They're one of the oldest empires on earth. You know, something like 2,000 years of history for the French. So that's a big deal. Yeah, I'll come if I when I come to Paris, man. You got to show me around. You got to teach me how to speak the local dialect. Yeah, take me to the catacombs. Just don't bury me there, right? Yeah, no, I'd rather go to the Champs Elysees, right, and hang out on the cafes. and see the Eiffel Tower and spend some time drinking espresso with you guys and eating croissants and other pastries. That's what I'm all about. Just quaffing down copious amounts of good Parisian coffee and pastries and drinking French wine with you, man. Getting busy, dancing in the clubs, man. That'd be fun. I'd love to spend a fucking couple of months in Paris, just indulging, right? Getting decadent, man. Fucking getting naked, and running around and having a good time, man. Wouldn't be nothing wrong with that. I had a I had a French girlfriend over here that wanted to have a menage a trois with me and my wife, but my wife's Chinese. She wasn't down for it. She was offended. She's like, no, we can't have a menage a trois with this French gal. And I'm like, why not? I'm like, what a once in a lifetime opportunity. What you talking about? I've had some French friends too. Very few though, man. The French are few and far between here in old Peking, man. I wish we had more French people over here. You need to bring your happy ass over to Beijing, man, and hang out, set up shop, set up a cafe, and serve pastries and Parisian coffees. That would make this place a hell of a lot better. I'm telling you. I could set up a burger stand right next door and call it Bob's Burger. I'm just about there now, though, guys. I got about, let's see here. What do I got? I just got a couple of minutes left, man, before I got to run in here and hang out at the office. So let's see. I'm gonna miss my turn. Oh no, I missed it. Okay. Yeah, I gotta pay attention to where I'm going, man. I'm driving. I just missed my little exit right there. That's okay. I'll just swing back around here at the light. I gotta make a U-turn and head on back. I don't even know if I can make a legal U-turn here. Yeah, I can. Everyone behind me is gonna be pissed. Ooh, I think I got it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, nice, nice. Oh, that guy ran the red light. Later, what a dick. What a dickhead. What a shyster cough. That's okay. He was in a hurry. I feel you, friend. When you're in a hurry. When you're in a hurry on the road, I got a song for that. Frank Monday's got an OG uh, top 100 one hit wonder, right? It's called Get Out the Way, Bitch. And it goes a little bit like this. I said, get on up, get on up, get on up out the way, bitch, get on up, get on up. Get on up out the way, bitch. I said, move your big old fat ass out my way, bitch. Cause I'm coming through and I'm moving and I'm grooving and I'm jamming to the tunes of Frank Monday's hit single, Get Out the Way. Get on up, get on up, get on up out the way, get on up, get on up, get on up out the way. Move your big old fat ass up my way, biatch, cause I'm coming through and I'm moving and I'm grooving. Man, all these guys are just pulling out in front of me. What the fuck? Now I'm gonna pull out in front of someone. Pull the old dick move. The guys on the bicycles, they got to kind of watch out, here in China. In China, we don't take second fiddle to a bicycle like in Western civilized Western countries. Like a dude on a bicycle, if you fuck around and get in his way, like they get all pissy and shit. They're like, I'm on a bicycle, I got the right of way. But in China, they don't play that game. They're like pedestrians and bike riders. Get the fuck out the way, man. I got a car. I got a 2,000-pound vehicle. I'm not taking no second fiddle to someone walking through the crosswalk or some motherfucking pushing a stroller. Get your ass on up out the way, biatch. It's all right. Good looking gal right here, man. Ooh, she got heels on and shit too. Wow. Wow, I can appreciate a woman wearing heels. I know that's hard work. I've never worn heels myself. They say some gentlemen enjoy a heeled shoe, but I'm not. I'm a flat-footed. You catch me flat-footed out there, Frank Monday. Flat-footed Frank Monday. What's up, baby? Man, some other motherfucker pulling in next to me now. I don't like people pulling in next to me. Give me some space, baby. Give me a little space. Frank Money needs some space because he talking all kinds of shit and he don't want to be heard. I don't want to be overheard. These conversations between me and my peoples out in YouTube land, they private like, I don't want to be sharing them with people I work with and shit. Yeah, let me get back through the chat here, guys. I have parked the car and I can check the chat and I got about 2-3 minutes before I need to run, man. Then I gotta go. But I appreciate you being here. Hey, Ricardo Sunshine's out there in Happy Land. Good to see you, Ricardo. Miss Mary Moon Rocks, good to see you. Frater at Soros, all right, brothers and sisters. Coffee and donuts. That's right. Ricardo Sunshine knows what's up. Get a little coffee and donuts first thing in the morning. I can appreciate it. Paris has good music and good food. I believe it. I believe you, man. I was actually planning a trip to London this summer, and that would put me right next to France. I'd be able to pop over on a plane and say hello. I'm planning. I really want to see Iron Maiden performing live, and I think they're performing in France as well. So maybe I could catch them in France. All right, but I really do. I want to do that this summer, man. I want to fly out to Europe and see Iron Maiden. They were one of my favorite heavy metal bands when I was a kid. I would love to come to Beijing for sure. Been there once and absolutely loved it. Good man, Hugo. Yeah, Beijing welcomes you, man. During the 2008 Olympics, our national song was Welcome to Beijing. This is how we sang it, baby. We sang 北京欢迎你，为你开天辟地。Yeah, whole song we came up with for welcoming people to Beijing. Yeah, I got to focus, man. I got shit to do. I got to get in there and get at the office. I can't live stream all morning with you guys. I'd rather hang out here in the live stream though and chat with you guys. I got to get there and do some office work. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Keep safe. Thank you for that, Hugo. I got the vehicle parked. I got to grab my bag, put on my coat. It's a little bit chilly this morning, man, but it's going to get up to like 25, I think, on the temperature. Today's high is like 25, so it's going to get warm. You'll be there the whole summer. All right, good man. I might do it. If I get the opportunity and everything works out the way I want it to work out, I will actually be coming to Europe this summer. Um, provided barring the unforeseen and provided that everything goes the way I want it to go, which it doesn't always go the way I want it to go, but sometimes it does, man. So I'm gonna try to do my good magic and come over there and see y'all. Yeah, I'd definitely be hanging out in London, Dublin, and I think I would add Paris to that list, man. And I might even add like a couple of German cities, like come over to the continent and I can't see it all. I don't want to see it all at the same time though, I want to take it in piece by piece. I kind of want to I've already been to England and Ireland and some other places, but I want to see each place individually and absorb the culture and language of the people that are there, right? Like independent of other influences. So that would definitely be something. I think I could add Paris to the list and maybe whatever's like right nearby there, like some of the little towns outside of the big city. But yeah, if I got a brother like Hugo out in the big city, Monsieur Aldaz. Yeah, I need to look up your last name. I think I'm pronouncing Hugo correctly, but I think your last name is a little more challenging for me. All right, y'all good looking, sexy people. I will see you in the abodes of the future. Until then, keep doing good magic. I will sign off with the invocation of total integration. And this is a Chinese one, a Taoist one. And it says that heaven and earth are the spontaneous manifestations of the subtle, wondrous, universal law, and that our lives and our bodies, we're the workshops of the subtle origin. And we invoke by the highest divine principle of the Ling Bao, which is like a spiritual treasure in heaven. And we say, send us the positive energies of Qianluo, Danna, Dunkan, and Taishuan, which are actually the four archangels of Christianity, right? Raphael, Gabriel, Michael, and Oriel, right? Or Uriel. And this order is given by the highest sovereignty. It is a jade oracle from the subtle origin. I invoke with strong sincerity to drive away the demons and evils and lengthen my healthy years. We even proclaim that the evil demon king, Mo Wang, is chained to stand as our garden servant. The powerful atmosphere has been generated, and the chi of Tao is everlasting. So it is commanded and confirmed. So mote it be. All right, Hugo says skip London and visit Bournemouth instead. Okay, I'll look into that, man. I'll take that suggestion to heart. I actually do really like London though, man. There's a lot to see in London, and a second trip through the London Museum is definitely worthwhile. And there's a couple of really interesting shops there that I want to visit again with a little more money in my pocket. Because last time I went, I totally subjugated myself to the service of my son, and I just bought and did things that he wanted to do. But now that he's older and I feel like I've already given him a really, valuable London experience, this time around it would be more geared towards a little bit of selfishness on myself. Like I want to buy a couple of books. There's a couple of things I want to see and do as an adult without a little baby tagging along. Which if he wants to go with me, I'd definitely take him. I might take my daughter though, I don't know. Or I might go by myself. Or who knows, maybe me and the wife. I think it's the best way would just be me. Then I would have the most amount of independence and freedom and liberty. But yeah, good magic, Hugo. Good looking out, Ricardo Sunshine. Good to see all of you, y'all good looking, sexy people. Miss Mary Moon, keep on keeping on. And until next time, ad astra per aspera, get out there and carpe diem. Seize the day. Much love and thanks for stopping by, man. Until next time, I'll see you guys soon.